here at SeaWorld San Diego, and we are actually going to be doing the penguin up-close encounter. I'm so excited. We're actually going to be able to meet a penguin, plus we're going to be able to go on the ice and be able to see him up close in person, so let's go.
Guide today. I'm happy to answer any questions you have throughout the tour. There's also going to be aviculturalists that you're going to meet. Those are the people who take care of the penguins. They're the experts. So if you have any questions I might not know the answer to, we'll divert it to that person as well. Where's everybody from? So where are you from?
San Francisco.
San Francisco? What about here? Okay.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles and?
Riverside.
Riverside, okay, wow. California.
Hey.
Awesome. Well, is this anyone's first time here at SeaWorld? Okay, awesome. Well, today you're going to get to meet some amazing penguins. First off, I'm going to start with a trivia question. So I'm going to ask you a question, and you're going to think in your head the answer. It's a number, okay? So how many species of penguins do you think live in the world? So think about your number, and then when you guess, I'm going to tell you higher or lower. All right? What's your guess?
250.
250 species. It is going to be lower. What do you think?
I'll say 100.
100? Definitely lower as well. So we're talking about whoa. Are you a mind reader? It's not 17, but you're like right on the dot. It's higher. 18 is correct. So there are 18 species in the world. Great job. You guys came up with that answer so fast. I'm so impressed. But there are 18 species, all that live in the southern hemisphere. So there are no penguins in the northern hemisphere. And they live on every single continent. So that means that there's penguins that live in cold temperatures, but also warm temperatures. There are 8 species of penguins that live in SeaWorld here at San Diego. 6 of the species are going to be in this exhibit. The other 2 are those temperate penguins that live in warm weather. So you might have seen them out there or near the dolphin exhibit. Those are some other penguins, the Magellanic penguins. So we're going to go ahead and come on into the exhibit. Beware, it's a little bit chilly as we enter in. Well, it is cold because these penguins live in the cold. So you're going to notice that it gets colder as we go. But don't worry, you won't be in the cold for too long. And you'll get used to it. You will eventually, yes. Yeah. So first we're going to get to see the penguins from the guest perspective, so where you look from the exhibit. And then we're going to keep going and we're going to get to go behind the scenes. And then you're going to get to meet a penguin, which is really exciting.
What's his name?
You'll find out when we meet it. Alright, so again I mentioned that there are 6 species of penguins. The most common one in this exhibit is the king. It's the biggest in this exhibit. And then there's going to be the Macaroni penguin, which has a very unique name. It has the yellow crest on its head. A lot of people think that the Macaroni penguin gets its name because of macaroni that you eat. Macaroni is yellow. However, that is not how the penguin got its name. The Macaroni penguin got its name from the famous song that goes, they stuck a feather in his cap and called him Macaroni. And so that's why they named that penguin the Macaroni penguin, because of the feathers right above the eyes. So that one's really easy to determine what it looks like. There's also the Adelie penguin. They're very unique because they have a lot of energy and they're really excited. But around their eyes, they have little Cheerios. That's what they're not actually Cheerios, but it looks like Cheerios. So that is the Adelie. And then the Gen 2 penguin is another type in this exhibit. I like to say it looks like it has eyeshadow because it has white that kind of comes up, and honestly it looks like it's wearing white eyeshadow. We're going through the exhibit. Now this next part, these are not penguins. These are called alcids. Alcids live in the northern hemisphere. So they look a lot like penguins, but they're much smaller. And unlike the penguins, these guys can fly. So penguins have a lot of fat because they live in really cold temperatures. So they have to be able to store that warmth. And so they can't fly because they're pretty heavy. However, these guys, the alcids, are very light, so they can fly. Now if you look in the rocks there, you're gonna see greenery. That is something that the aviculturalists use to find eggs. So these animals will put the nests near those areas, and they always go back to the same spot, and they lay the eggs there. And so that's a good way for us to remember where to look for eggs in the future. And a perfect example is actually right here, because this is what a nest looks like for the puffins. Yeah. Now we're going to be able to go into the back area of the park, but I do have some safety reminders. First off, the back part over here is an active roadway, so there's actually vehicles that drive through. So I like to warn people to just stay near the wall at all times. That way a vehicle can go around us, and we make sure to stay safe. Also, in this back area, there are rescued birds. So I, during that time, will get off of the microphone. I'll still try to speak enough so you can hear me, but that's just because they're a little bit more sensitive to sound, so that's for their safety. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
So, SeaWorld the San Diego area doesn't really have a area in the park to house birds, and so this is a back area that has some rescued birds that are a little bit unique. Feel free to take as many pictures as you would like, and we're gonna keep walking this way as we head to that back area where the aviculturists are. We're gonna meet that penguin. Sure. Now when we pass the birds, I can put my back on. There we go. So I do like to point out, this isn't something that looks cool, but it's unique to me in my opinion. So here is some water filters, and what happens is SeaWorld actually takes the water from Mission Bay, and it goes into the filters, and then goes into the exhibits. And then what happens after the water is down in the exhibits, it's going to go backflow filtering again, and then it goes back out into Mission Bay, and it ends up cleaner than we got it. So it's a nice way for us to recycle that water, and another way where we can clean the water out there to keep the animals out in the wild even more healthy. Now right here is something I like to point out because it is a real life look at the size of penguins. So these are some examples of the penguins that we have at the exhibit, except the little penguin, there is none in this exhibit, and there are not emperor penguins in the exhibit. But feel free to take as many pictures as you would like. Now I do have a question. If anyone wants to guess, out of all the penguins in here, which two do you think are the warm weather penguins? So which two of the penguins in here do not live in the cold? So go ahead, if you have a guess, you can point at which one you think, and then I'll reveal the correct answer. Point at it with confidence. Oh yeah. So I see some people who are correct. It is the Magellanic penguin, which you may have heard me mention earlier, and the Humboldt penguin. Something that you're going to notice with these guys is you can actually see the pink around their eyes. That is an area that they use to let the heat escape. And then also, they have, you can see their ankles a little bit higher than the other penguins in that cold weather. Once again, to have that heat escape from their bodies because they live in that warmer weather. Now to continue on, we are going to be entering into what we call the penguin kitchen. That is the area that you're going to get to meet a penguin, and you guys can come up closer if you need to hear, because I'm going to go over some safety reminders that you may not know. So first off, when we enter the exhibit, or not the exhibit, the penguin kitchen, there's going to be a little foot bath. It has some antibacterial liquid in there that we're going to step into, and that just gets all the germs and anything that you have on your feet so you don't bring it into the area since you're going to be meeting penguins. The second thing is you're going to need to wash your hands. So once you go in to the right, there's going to be a hand washing station. Make sure to wash your hands. There's hand towels that you can use to dry your hands. And then we're just going to kind of stand in a semicircle, kind of like a U, and then we're going to meet the aviculturists and they'll take it from there. Any questions?
We'll figure it out.
Do penguins live in the
question. Any other questions?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm gonna check and see if they are ready for us. Oh,
That was good.
you ready?
Jackson, you're good. It's fine.
Stuff in the back. Just as simple as stepping in, step out.
Yeah, we're good.
You guys over to the seats, wash your hands. Perfect. Would you like a step stool for the seat?
Ooh, it smells.
So we can wash your hands? You're fine? Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we have two faucets, so two people can wash their hands at a time. Here's the soap up here, and paper towels. Alright, perfect. Yeah, let me know if you guys want this during the penguin meet as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then here's trash for the paper towels when you're all done. Actually, before everybody comes in, perfect. Alright. So welcome everyone. My name is Dominique. I'm an apiculturist here at SeaWorld. That just means I get to hang out with the birds all day, take care of them. All right, so when I bring the bird down, I'll bring them on this lovely little ice block. I'll have one person at a time at first, just so that, you know, we're not kind of bombarding the bird and whatnot. You guys are gonna stay on this side. This is always kind of you know, you're with your group, this is a good angle for pictures and videos. Courtney can help us out with pictures and videos if you guys like. But before we say hello to the bird, sorry, I kind of jumped the gun on that one. We're gonna just give the bird some time to adjust to the temperature change. So it's about 25.4 degrees up there. That's a little bit colder than down here, right? So you might see the bird kind of ruffle off their feathers. That's just their way of getting the heat, letting the heat escape from under the feathers. And then, sorry, I lost my train of thought. You might feel some drops of water. That's nothing to be alarmed about. They're just able to secrete salt water, so that's all that's going to be. But I will warn about the penguin splash zone, a little bit different than the orca splash zone. Birds are very messy. They eat a lot, so they go to the bathroom about every 10 minutes. So if you see the bird kind of tipping forward and the tail's going up, they might be using the bathroom. I'll try to keep an eye out for this, but sometimes it just happens really fast. But don't worry, we'll get you cleaned up. My advice is just kind of avoid the rear end if you can. Yeah. The rear end's facing you, kind of just watch out. But if they use the bathroom, it's once every 10 minutes, so hopefully we'll be good in our time together. And then so once the bird is ready, we're just gonna do a gentle pat on the back. We don't wanna touch their face, their bellies, or their flippers. It's just a little bit more sensitive for them. And they're very curious animals. They don't have hands like us, right? So the way that they explore is with their mouths. Don't worry, I'm gonna get us a very friendly bird. Hopefully it'll be nice little nibbles. So if you have any jewelry on, you're more than welcome to leave it on, but just know that they might wanna explore it. All right, I think that's everything. Any questions before I head upstairs? No.
All right, and then if I start here, I'll have this ready for you when the bird is ready. So we'll let you decide once the bird gets here. All right,
Thank you.
Kind of keep your eye out there. You might see me walking by looking for a bird. Animals. So they'll be able, she knows the penguins really well, so obviously she knows which ones like to interact with people. But
Let's see if we can see her. Look at the camera. Oh, there she is.
That camera's blank.
Oh, there's one following her, it looks like.
there
Oh.
she is.
She's
Oh,
outside.
she found one.
Is she outside or inside?
In the exhibit.
Yeah, she went into the exhibit.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? Oh, here she goes.
He's coming.
Okay, be ready. Take a step back. It's so excited. I wish I could see their face. Jackson's bouncing. You excited? Should bring him in our cart. The macaroni penguin.
Yes, this is a macaroni penguin. This is my favorite penguin.
Oh.
Her name is Melon. There you go. See, she ruffled off all those feathers. So she is lucky enough to have a name. Not all of the birds up there have names. There's about 250 birds up there. That'd be a lot of names for us to remember. So the way I can tell who she is by those bands on her flippers. They're basically just zip ties. Each color will represent a number. So her number is 267, or I know her as Melon. All right, what do you think? You ready to say hello?
Aww.
Silly girl.
267 is like 6'7".
Uh-huh.
Oh, 6'7".
Yeah,
Yeah.
good job.
All right, you want to come up and say hello? Yeah.
Okay, all right. Hold on, Austin.
She's a little bit far.
Okay, you want to step up on the stool, Bubba's?
Yeah. She's really soft. So she has a lot of feathers, right? So they
One at
have
a time.
about 70 to 100 feathers per square inch. So those are gonna all be densely compact together to keep them warm in the cold, because they don't have blubber like mammals.
Do they have blood?
What do you think? Do they have blood? Yeah, they have blood.
Whoa. Okay, Austin, smile really quick. Not on the head, not on the head. Austin, look at mommy, smile.
Good job.
Good job. Okay, Jackson, your turn.
It's facing me. Okay. Watch out. Her tail.
Oh, it's gonna go potty. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, you can come up and say hello. Yeah, what do you think?
There you go.
She's not bad. She's really soft, huh? Yeah. So I threw her in the pool earlier because she was a little bit, someone had puked on her, and I knew I wanted to use her for this tour, so I wanted to get her all nice and cleaned up.
She's so cute.
I wish I had a penguin at home.
Oh,
Right?
goodness.
I wish I could take her.
Daddy, you want to go? We'll just. Oh, you want the little ones to go first? That's fine. Jackson, back up.
Yeah, then we can get group photos for you guys coming off the towel. That eyesight is really going to help them, when they're telling each other apart. So, to all of us, she might look at your jewelry, yeah. To all of us, they look the same, right? But, their eyesight is so good that they can tell each other, like the subtle nuances in the feather patterns. Yeah. Okay. So adventurous.
He does.
So sweet. So we call this potatoing. So she's just potatoing at the moment. So you can see she's really nice and clean, right? So I mentioned that I threw her in the pool. So another way that, one of the ways that they clean their feathers, they have an oil gland at the base of their tail. They'll dip their beak in that, rub it all over their feathers, and that'll help keep them clean. And then they'll also take baths. Oh yeah. So she took a really good bath before this. Now she's posing. Yeah. You can see her nails are really long, so maybe tomorrow we'll clip them for her. So that tells me that she's not really a climber, because we do have other birds with shorter nails.
I don't know. Do you want to? You ready, Daddy?
Yeah.
Brian, look at me really quick. So cute. Your mom's gonna be so jealous.
Oh, Mom didn't come today. Oh, man.
Oh, my buddy.
Good group photos for you. Hats. Sometimes when I'm in the exhibit feeding and I'm kind of, crouched down, they'll play with my hair because it's really nice and long. They like playing with my zipper. They're so fun. They love following us, of course, because we feed them, but they like it. Right? Yeah. When they're wet, they are a little bit more stiff. Yeah, everybody's always really surprised how soft they are. Sorry.
Because glare.
And then the feathers are actually a lot longer than that. So you can kind of actually see,
You're good.
you can see the down that's underneath her feathers. So that's also going to help them stay really, that'll help us feel soft.
She did good.
Okay, perfect, yeah. Sorry, we're kind of like going out of order. I'm ready for the food. It's good. Here, it's like,
Like my hat. Am I ready?
she's like, what is that?
He's this way.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Okay.
The little hops
for
just
instance,
kill me.
for sure.
Those so cute.
Is your hat facing over here?
Oh, sorry, are you okay? I think she's nervous about the jacket.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I look like a penguin.
I was gonna say you're too fluffy.
Let's
like a polar
see
bear.
how that goes. Okay. There we go. Hi. What's wrong with the jacket? Okay, nice and gentle.
Am I like a bad person?
No. Yeah, there was So they're nice and gentle. Sorry.
Okay.
I think maybe
I'm
that's
squeezing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just.
Oh.
Hey, let me just distract you.
Is the hat?
I don't know. Maybe since it's like lower on your face. It's okay. Sorry.
I think I just can tell bad people or something.
No, she's also been stimulated
They're
a
coming
lot
out of their
too.
breeding season too, so sometimes, you know, they have a lot of feelings and sometimes they don't know how to control those feelings. There we go. Yeah.
Good girl,
It's a
Melon.
lot. It's a lot. Oh, there we go.
Yes! Good job.
That's wild.
Oh, could she have just been like kneading the poop?
Maybe, yeah.
But she knew it.
I know, she knew to aim away from you, man. That was actually pretty good.
You got a picture of the poop. I did, just for you.
Alright. Does anyone else need group photos?
I mean, did you get a picture with your daughter? Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
Us together. We work together.
Hi, Melon. She's so cute.
Alright.
Cool.
You need to turn around for you to see us, little girl.
Oh,
Alright, hang tight, guys. I'll be right back.
bye, baby. Oh, thank you
And
so
then,
much.
yeah, of course, I will mention, I'll wait till everybody gets closer. Everybody's here. So when we do get up to that front gate, I'll let us know who is okay to say hello to. Not everybody, yes, not everybody is going to be as friendly as Miss Melon, so we'll kind of keep our hands to ourselves while we wait for someone who's next to say hello. Alright, so this is our snow hose. So all of that snow that you see in the exhibit is real snow. We blow that every single day for the birds. The way that we clean that is with big fire hoses. So once we're done cleaning, we'll bring this up and blow fresh snow for the birds. We basically have like a huge snow cone on top of the roof. That'll funnel fresh snow for the birds. They love it so much. It's one of their favorite times of day. Other than eating, of course, they love to eat as well. Okay. So there'll be one more photograph before we head in. Same thing as when we came into the building, just the first one. Just the first one, yeah.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Which?
He's got it.
Oh, no, yeah, it's just the first one.
Just the first one.
All right, so head into that first gate and I'll meet you there.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
This is Pumpkin. If Pumpkin comes over, we can say hello. There's Melon. She didn't go too far. Pumpkin, come say hi. Pumpkin's birthday. Yeah. So we feed the birds. I think right now we're feeding about like 400 pounds of fish. That's to all the birds in the park. Most of that will go to these birds, of course. The most birds are in this exhibit. But we won't hang out for too long.
No, it's okay.
But we have 5 different species in here. Can we go in there? No, so we're gonna stay right here, unfortunately, because we don't have any shoes for you guys, and it can get really slippery. And it's kind of, you can see it's kind of dirty too. And then, you know, we have lots of birds in here. They're all using the bathroom every 10 minutes, all day. So we have lots of macaronis over here. A lot of the guys that are hanging out around this berm are Gen 2, so that's one of my favorites as well. The largest penguin that we have in here is the king penguin. So the king, you can see, is on that ledge. And then I'm actually just going to have you stay on this.
Sorry. No, you're fine. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can we feed the pig?
Unfortunately, no feeding, just because we're going to run out of time. But yeah, so it's kind of hard to see. So you guys kind of come right where I am. You can see, did she show you guys the pink chick on the, when you were walking on the gallery?
No, I don't think so.
Just behind this big rock, you see that brown fuzzy blob?
Yes.
So that's actually a chick. So birds grow really quickly. So that chick is probably about 10 to 11 months old. So it looks different, right? So I'm going to let you stand just on this side.
Come in front of mommy. Come in front of mommy.
Perfect. Thank you.
What's the big
So that big fluffy thing right above the rock, you see that fluffy looking penguin? Okay, that's a baby.
Yeah. So once they lose all of that brown down, they'll be full grown. So the babies will hatch with that down just so that it's an extra layer that's going to keep them really nice and warm in the cold. And then once they lose all of that down, they kind of will fledge and kind of become, their own penguin.
So cute. What's the temperature in here?
It's about 25 degrees. Yep. That could be a little bit warmer for like our Adelis, but a lot of them have been here for their whole life, so they're acclimated by now.
Very.
You guys want me to get group photos?
Ooh, I would love that. Thank you. Boys, right here, really quick. Right here, really quick. Okay. Okay, hold on and let me do a video. Can you wave at mommy? Okay.
Boring things.
It's okay, we can warm up this way.
This is what the feathers are gonna feel like and look like under the down feathers. So I mentioned they have 2 layers of feathers. These are gonna be the really fluffy ones. If you like, you can touch it with one finger like that.
Awesome, wait.
One finger.
Wait your turn. One finger.
And so
I can't feel it.
Ear's
they're
cold.
very soft.
Oh, they are very soft. It is.
Yeah, I gotta try.
I can't feel
Oh yeah, they're very, very, very soft.
Now something really cool. Alright. If I just had this one feather on my skin, do you think that would keep me warm?
No.
No. So what's crazy is for 1 square inch of a penguin's skin, it has about a little less or over 200 feathers.
Wow.
So of these. So it is very, very, very dense, and it keeps that penguin really warm, along with the fat, but the feathers are what does that. But if the penguin just had this and it jumped in the water, do you think it would keep it warm?
No.
No, because it would get wet and probably freeze. So the penguin has this top layer of feathers that are much more hard. Yeah, and it's almost like a raincoat. So if you ever worn a raincoat and that rain comes to the coat and it doesn't go through the coat, it keeps you nice and warm. So
Wait
that
your
is
turn,
what
Austin.
this is for.
Austin, just wait.
Now that part isn't the feather. That's like what is in their skin. The top part, yeah.
Whoa.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
That's so interesting looking. It's almost like scales, but not.
Yeah. So they do molt once a year. So they're gonna molt their feathers. And during that time, you can imagine if they're losing their feathers, they can't get in the water. So penguins spend about 75% of their life in the water. That's a lot of time in the water. Most of the time that they're not in the water is when they're first born, because they have to grow in these outer feathers, and then also when they're molting, which molting happens around breeding season, so usually after they're done breeding, then they'll molt.
When is breeding season? What?
I believe it varies,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure it's October to December time. But it varies by species.
Oh, I'm sure. Do you guys have a lot of penguins that do breed here?
Yeah, as long as they're within the age of breeding, they'll breed with each other.
When
That's
are we
awesome.
gonna
Yeah.
get out?
Shh, Austin, no, he's just cold.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Oh, I have October to February.
Oh.
So, but it varies by species, so I think
Yeah.
that's why it's such a wide range. Okay. Now this is something a little more fragile. This is a dummy egg. So this is what an emperor egg would feel like. If you look up there, actually, you can see all of the dummy eggs. And an example of exactly how they look and the size comparison. The emperor penguin is the biggest penguin in the world, so you can tell it has the biggest egg. And if you look all the way to the right, you're going to see that root beer can. That's an exact. It's very similar to the size of an emperor penguin. So next time you're holding like a soda can, you can think about that and be like, I'm holding a penguin egg. But anyways, if you would like to, very gently, you can hold this penguin egg with both hands and just be careful because it is fragile.
Awesome, both hands up.
How fragile is it?
Oh, geez.
What?
How fragile is it?
Well,
Gentle.
like I said, that was a dummy egg, so it's not like it's an egg that can produce an actual penguin, but they're still kind of fragile.
Okay, do you want to hold it?
So something you might notice is the egg shaped more circular, or does it kind of come to a point?
Both. Kind of a point.
Kind of both, yeah, like because the bottom is more circular, but the top kind of comes to a point. And the reason why is because the emperor penguins and the king penguins, they are gonna hold their penguin egg right above their feet in what's called a brood patch. So they actually hold that penguin egg until the egg hatches and it produces a penguin. Now what could be a problem if I'm a penguin and I have the egg in there and I'm waddling around and let's say I accidentally mess up and I drop the egg, what could happen?
It will break.
It could break.
It could roll away.
It could roll away, right? And what would happen if I'm on the edge of a cliff and I'm a penguin?
Oh
The egg's gone.
The egg could be gone. Well, did you have something to say?
It will probably crack.
It will probably crack, yeah. Well, luckily, because the penguins live on the snow, it's a little bit more of a pillow surface. So if it does fall on the snow, it's a little less likely to crack. But if I am a penguin and it rolls, watch how the egg rolls.
no! Oh, that's crazy. It's like a bowling pin.
Or like come back there. So the penguin egg will actually roll. So it'll actually roll back to the penguin, so it's less likely that it will roll away.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty unique.
Alright guys, any questions?
Who get to meet penguins, and this is a time when there's the most inspiration of when you guys are around penguins. And I like to say something that might help the penguins in the future. So because penguins are around ice and ice can be melting because of human actions, I like to point out some things that you can do at home to help the penguins. So one thing is if you're driving your car and you're like parked, to turn off your car. Another thing that you can do really simple is when you're not in your room to turn off the light.
We love that
way
one.
You're not using as much electricity.
I love that one.
I like to point out things that are really simple that you can do because sometimes when you're thinking about like how can I change the environment, you're trying to think of something super complicated, but the little things are what make the difference. So. But yeah, that is the end of our tour. This is where we're gonna come back into the guest area. But I do have little papers if you're interested in like leaving a review.
So that is it for us at the Penguin Encounter, you guys. We had such a great time. I cannot believe that we actually got to meet a penguin, a macaroni penguin, and we got to hang out with them and take pictures with them and go on the ice. So it was so much fun.